Hey, I'm Dave Pryor. Welcome to the Global Agility and Innovation Summit podcast interviews. I'm here with Heidi Musser. Heidi, thank you for taking time out.
Hey, good to see you again, Dave. It's been far too long.
Yeah, great to see you
Yeah.
too. So I have a little bio prepared. I'm going to try to get through without stumbling over it to let folks know who you are. So if I get anything wrong, you can correct me. But Heidi's an accomplished board member, board advisor, and C-level executive who advises and leads businesses on digital transformation and business agility. She successfully created and scaled resilient and sustainable organizational structures, businesses, governance models that can withstand rapidly and dynamically changing market conditions and play an integral part in achieving competitive advantage in this next economic revolution. She has expertise in AI strategy and enterprise sustainability, innovation technology, or information technology, innovation, design thinking, governance, risk management, regulatory compliance, and DEI. That is a lot of stuff. A lifelong
Dave, I've been around for a long time.
You're on the board at C Prime. You're also on the board of Michigan Council for Women in IT Technology, and you're at the event to talk about reimagining Agile. So that's kind of where I wanted to start. For the folks that aren't familiar with it, what is reimagining Agile?
Reimagining Agile. There are a couple of colleagues of mine, Jim Highsmith, John Hearn, Sanjeev, and some other like-minded people. Going back over a year ago, we were just kind of responding to different forces. A lot of different forces were happening about the same time. Some economic headwinds coming out of COVID in the technology space, the introduction on a really mass scale of generative AI, even though AI has been around since 1956, which is before I was born, by the way. So we had that going on. We had some fundamental shifts in how people are working, and we were just talking about where's Agile with all this? How can Agile help with all this? And a lot has changed since the manifesto was written in 2001. What have we learned from that? What have we discovered? More importantly, what has changed? The problems we were trying to solve in the manifesto were written looked like A. The problems were confronted and opportunities that we're confronted with today look like B. How can Agile, how are we thinking about how Agile can help with the problems of today, the challenges of today? And how can we reimagine this in a way that truly makes Agile accessible?
I think that's a really interesting way of looking at it. I always, in my classes, I talk about Frederick Taylor, and people love to talk smack about Frederick Taylor, but he solved the problem we had then. We just don't have that problem anymore. And now Agile is still trying to solve a problem. We kind of have a different problem now, or a different set of problems, or as you said, opportunities.
Yeah. The world, that you mentioned Frederick Taylor. I have a couple of business degrees, and there's very little I learned in my study of management that really prepared me to be an effective leader today. And what I mean by that, modern management, as I was taught in the 1970s, was based on the work of Frederick Taylor and Henry Ford and others. That was modern management, but that was management coming out of the Industrial Revolution and post-war.
World War II,
Exactly. We're in a different world. And not only that, but the rate of change, whatever that change curve was before, Gen AI just shifted that change curve in incomprehensible ways. So from my perspective, if an organization hasn't learned how to effectively detect and respond to change, learn how to be agile, wow, you are really going to struggle in this next economic evolution.
It's going to get harder,
It doesn't get easier. It gets increasingly complex very fast.
So from a C-level person's mindset, like what are the things you think that people in that area or that high part of the hierarchy should be most focused on? Because before it was like, let's just go get Agile. And that didn't fix anything really because they didn't know why they were getting it. But now, what do they have to worry about now?
Let me start by saying this, and I talked a little bit about this at the summit yesterday, but people are the core of enterprise sustainability. People are the core of business agility. People are the core of digital
Like a theme.
transformation. People are the core of sustainable innovation.
Yeah.
And people are the core of Agile. That never reminds me of the very first lesson I learned about technology way back in 1986 is that people are more important than technology. So when I talk to boards and C-level executives, the key things that I believe organizations need to focus on must also include an intense focus on people. They are a significant part of it. This is not a technology problem or opportunity we're trying to solve for. What we're trying to do is uplift and support our people to solve different types of problems. And now, having said that, I think companies need to take a look at and do they have a strong digital core? We almost need to reimagine IT. Okay, it's not just how we develop software, but reimagining IT itself. I also believe that companies are going to need to radically rethink how work gets done. And it goes back to this focus must be on investments in training people as much as on the technology itself.
Yeah.
And then finally, the third thing is that companies are really going to need to focus on sustainable innovation. Okay. And that matters because sustainable innovation is the key to building the capabilities that allow people-focused and product-driven enterprises to operate at market speed. And market speed today is the speed of technology innovation. And companies need to be able to respond as a matter of routine. And this is, from my point of view, not only a competitive advantage, but it also ensures enterprise sustainability in the 21st century. So that said, if that's what companies might need to do, I think the biggest challenge is, does our management team or leadership, do they have the skills and the competencies and the knowledge and the experience to do that? Okay.
So I have a question about all this. So I get what you're saying about people, and I think that sounds like a wonderful world to live in. I feel like a lot of the companies currently, especially those that have a toe in the Agile pool, look at the people that do work as if they are disposable. And saying to a company, you need to change that mindset is one thing, but getting C-level people to actually stop thinking of humans as batteries. I did an interview recently with somebody who referred to people as batteries. How do we do that?
One person at a time. Carefully. Okay. But we have to start. AI changes this conversation a little bit, right? So a lot of folks are a little nervous about how AI might change my job. Emphasis on the word change. It probably will change what you do. Okay, it's only change what I do.
And the same way the internet changed what we do and how we do.
Exactly. And change is uncomfortable, but not inherently bad. Okay. So, how do we prepare people? Okay. How do we automate the routine work and then free up people and invest in people to use their creativity and their innovation and to solve more complex problems and to take care of customers differently and to innovate? So we need people more than ever, and we need people with solid, I heard the term yesterday, soft skills. And I reacted, I don't think they're soft skills. I think they're power skills. People need power skills, okay? How to collaborate, how to ask questions, how to ask for help, how to influence, how to learn, these are power skills. We need these skills to be successful. And companies will be well served by investing in their people to have these skills so they can thrive and add more value to customers. Right.
Awesome. This is great. So on behalf of everybody in the Agile space, I appreciate what you all are doing, trying to reset everything for the future. I know that that's going to continue this summer at the Agile conference. So I'm excited to see what happens there. If people want to get in touch with you in the meantime to learn more about this and the work that you're doing, what's the best way to do it?
Best way to do it is find me on LinkedIn. I am there. And I'm so excited about this, Dave. Modern business demands modern ways of working. I
Yeah.
coined a phrase years ago, about 15 years ago, agile is a fundamentally different way of working, thinking, and being. Well, guess what? Modern business today demands fundamentally different ways
Yeah.
of working, thinking, and being. This is not just about reimagining agile. It's about reimagining a lot of things. It's a big new world out there for those that have the courage to take a peek around the corner and see the opportunities.
Yeah. Well, this is great. So thank you very much. I know you gotta take off, but I appreciate you making time for this. I'll see you in Dallas this summer.
See you in Dallas. Thank you
All
so
right.
much, Dave.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
you.
Thanks.